Tonight on News 3 Now at 6, how the city of Madison is preparing for ice raids if and when they eventually happen. Plus the latest from a candlelight vigil for the boy missing in the Wisconsin River. And it's World Giraffe Day. We checked out how the Henry Vilas Zoo takes care of Wally and Eddie.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 6. I'm Amanda Quintana. President Donald Trump is now delaying U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement raids previously planned to begin early tomorrow morning in 10 cities where immigration is heavy. Our Gabriela Becerra joins us with how this announcement is affecting Madison.
Madison was not on the list of cities expected to be raided. I spoke with a city official who says Madison has not received any information or warning that there will be an increase in immigration enforcement in the city.
Came into our country illegally, and we're taking them out legally. We're bringing them back to their country.
This morning, President Donald Trump tweeted the people that ICE will apprehend have already been ordered to be deported. This means that they have run from the law and run from the courts. These are people that are supposed to go back to their home country. They broke the law by coming into the country and now by staying.
What it has meant for us over the past couple of days is to make sure that we are sending a clear message to our immigrant communities as a city that we stand by them, that we're a welcoming city, that we are in no way going to be cooperating with ICE enforcement within our city.
Madison City Council President Shiva Bidar says Madison knows ICE could be present in the city at any time.
We want to make sure we're just kind of ready, but we also want to make sure that there is no panic. We have not had any credible information, any direct information saying that there's going to be any increase in enforcement here in the Madison area.
When the city receives word, they will update the community.
We're monitoring the situation very, very closely, so if we do see any increase in enforcement, we certainly will make sure to share that with the community.
And this situation can come as a scare for anyone.
It's causing a lot of panic.
Not just to the families targeted.
Well, it's really terrifying for a lot of people, and not just people who have an order of deportation. For anyone going through the immigration process, it's just absolutely terrifying to hear these things being said.
Trump announced the raids will be delayed for 2 weeks and deportations will continue until Congress makes a decision with the U.S.-Mexico border.
Thank you so much, Gabriela. Let's get a look at your first alert weather with Dave Caulfield out on the patio. It's starting to feel a little more like summer. It's a little cloudy out there, but I like the day.
Yeah, we did have the sunshine for much of the day across southern Wisconsin. A quick shower rolling through Madison in the last 20 minutes has my umbrella out, but I still see some sunshine off in the distance. So some showers out and about this evening. Have the umbrella close. You probably won't need it, but we have seen a few light showers develop in spots. In Madison, one of those spots on the WISC-TV Skycam, looking at mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures did make it into the upper 70s and low 80s earlier today. Right now in the mid 70s in Madison, close to 80 in Janesville, and 72 closer to where those showers started to break out in Mineral Point. Your day planner showing those temperatures moving into the 60s, and that's where we're going to be hanging out overnight with the chance of showers and storms. More storm chances are with us for tomorrow, and we'll time those out hour by hour in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Dave. More local news now. The Janesville Police Department is looking for information about a person of interest after they say a man attempted to take photos of a girl in a bathroom stall. Just after 7:30 last night, a girl at the Janesville Mall told police a man was attempting to take photos of her while she was in the bathroom stall. Authorities are sharing this photo of a person of interest they believe could have information about this incident. Anyone with information about the man in the photo or the incident is asked to call the Janesville Police Department. A semi-trailer was driven into concrete median barrier on I-3990 and caused a multi-vehicle crash in Janesville this morning. The crash happened around 9:45. Officials say lanes were backed up for more than 4 miles, but all lanes are now back open. No injuries have been reported. A Madison woman's dog was returned to her house today after being stolen from her yard yesterday afternoon. Madison police say the thief drove off with Guapo, a light brown terrier mix, at Ondazagon Way in High Point Estates. The thief returned the dog the following day and was later arrested. This is the second dog to have been stolen in the High Point Estates area. The search for an 11-year-old who went missing in the Wisconsin River earlier this week continues today. Adam Duxter joins us from the Dells, where friends and community members are holding a vigil tonight. Adam.
Well, Amanda, we are at the Chapel Gorge trailhead near the Wisconsin River, where just this past week, the 11-year-old Jamison Owen Dean Miller was last seen when friends and family were here along this river. Now, the Adams County Sheriff's Office told me tonight they are still having dive crews in this river, but they are now classifying it as a recovery mission. We'll hear more from friends tonight at 10, how they are remembering the boy tonight.
Thank you, Adam. Around the state, a 20-year-old Milwaukee man accidentally shot himself when he believed he was about to get robbed. Authorities say the man was walking in a residential area on the city's north side after midnight this morning when he saw two people walking toward him. Police say that's when the man pulled out a gun and accidentally shot himself. The man was taken to the hospital. Police say the gunshot wound is not life-threatening. Businesses are pitching in to increase the reward for information that leads to an arrest and conviction of the man who fatally shot a Racine police officer earlier this week. The Kenosha Sheriff's Department says the reward to arrest a suspect in the death of Officer John Hetland has now grown to over $65,000, up from $42,000 just yesterday. Hetland was off duty when he was fatally shot Monday night. He tried to intervene in an armed robbery at Teaser's Bar and Grill. Authorities say Hetland jumped over the bar and confronted a masked armed man when he was shot. Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, President Trump is considering additional sanctions on Iran. We'll be right back with the latest. For now, a military strike does not appear to be imminent, but as tensions between Washington and Tehran continue to escalate, the Trump administration is considering another round of sanctions against Iran next week. Paula Reed has more at the White House.
President Trump tweeted Friday that the U.S. military had been cocked and loaded for a strike against Iran Thursday. But he says he called it off at the last minute when he was told the number of Iranian casualties that were expected. In an interview with NBC News, the president said that he had not given a final go-ahead when Pentagon officials spoke to him just before the strikes were scheduled to launch.
I said, how many people are going to be killed? Sir, I'd like to get back to you on that. Great people, these generals. They said, came back, said, sir, approximately 150.
The plan was to launch multiple strikes at 3 of Iran's air defense systems, which would have been fully manned around the clock.
And I thought about it for a second. I said, you know what? They shot down an unmanned drone, plane, whatever you want to call it. And here we are sitting with 150 dead people. That would have taken place probably within a half an hour after I said go ahead. Yeah. And I didn't like it. I didn't think it was proportionate.
That plane the Iranians shot down was a $110 million Global Hawk drone. It was unclear why the president was receiving information about potential casualties so late in the process. On Capitol Hill, the president's restraint drew praise from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
The strike of that amount of collateral damage would be very provocative, and I'm glad the president did not take that.
But also exposed divides within the Republican Party about an appropriate response.
We simply can't allow America's adversaries to think that they can shoot down a U.S. military drone with impunity. The failure to respond to this kind of direct provocation that we've seen now from the Iranians, in particular over the last several weeks, could in fact be a very serious mistake.
President Trump said he is not looking for war, but said a conflict with Iran would be, quote, obliteration you've never seen before. And he said he was open to talking with them without preconditions. Next on News 3 Now at 6, it's World Giraffe Day. We'll tell you how the Henry Vilas Zoo is supporting the endangered species today.
And shower and thunderstorm chances increasing into tonight, and we could be quite stormy as we head into Sunday and Monday. We'll time everything out for you, plus talk about a humidity increase in your first alert forecast.
Welcome back. Wally and Eddie, the giraffes, enjoyed treats today at the Henry Vilas Zoo from kids who gathered there for World Giraffe Day. The zoo wants to raise awareness of giraffes and conservation efforts being put in place to maintain the endangered species. Kids watched zookeepers take care of their giraffes and went on tours inside the giraffe barns to see where Wally and Eddie spend their time when they're not out playing or eating outside.
This is one of our favorite times at the zoo. That's why we're here. We're here to really highlight the species that we have that are ambassadors for their wild cousins. And having so many people come out to celebrate with us is really exciting.
Henry Vilas Zoo partnered with the Giraffe Conservation Foundation to raise funds for the Twiga Tracker program, which is the biggest giraffe GPS satellite tracking program in Africa. The GPS tracks the living patterns of giraffes to determine their conservation and habitat status. Fresco Opera is continuing its summer tradition of public opera performances this summer with a twist this time. For the 5th year, the Madison-based theater company is performing 4 shows around Madison over the next 2 weekends in front of people's garages. The theater typically chooses a fairy tale and sets it to a contemporary setting. This year, they're doing Hansel and Gretel, but set to the Candyland board game.
Idea behind it really is Fresco is all about making things accessible. We have big shows where we charge people for tickets, but then we have a lot of events that are free, and this was one that we thought was a great way to get whole families involved.
Coleman says her favorite part of Garage Opera is all the people it introduces to opera. For more information on Fresco Opera's upcoming garage performances, you can check out our website, channel3000.com. Let's get a look at your first alert weather. Kind of a nice day to be out this morning, but things have changed.
Yeah, the weather was definitely something to sing about early this morning with plenty of sunshine. Temperatures very comfortable in the 70s. Over the last couple of hours or so, we've seen right along a warm front some showers form across southern Wisconsin. Really, these are pretty isolated, but one did find Madison about 30 minutes ago. Kind of bad timing on that. Much of the activity still well off to the south and west, but rain chances will increase for the rest of southern Wisconsin as we get into later tonight, and for portions of Sunday and Monday, we're really going to have to keep that umbrella close by. In Platteville on our Queen Bee Radio Skycam, looking like nighttime right now. We'll have to check that out. In Madison, though, a little bit more light, and the rain has already moved out, so that was a very quick shower on our WISC-TV Skycam, looking at mostly cloudy skies right now. Today's high of 78 degrees. Normal for this time of year is 80, so we actually made it pretty close to where we should be, and temperatures are going to slowly but surely keep moving through the 80s as we get into next week. We'll also see that humidity increase at the same time as well. Definitely feeling like summer for a lot of next week. Temperatures right now are fairly summer-like. We should be, again, typically in the low 80s, but upper 70s will do in Madison, close to 80 in Janesville, 73 in Watertown. Once again, cooler near Lake Michigan where temperatures are in the 60s. Wind speeds we do have onshore flow, so right now out of the east and southeast at about 15 miles per hour in Madison. So rain chances are going to stay relatively high over the next 2 days or so. We're definitely going to need the umbrella for much of Sunday. Expect to get wet at times with scattered showers and thunderstorms. And tomorrow, some of those storms could be a little bit on the strong side. It's still a little bit uncertainty where exactly those thunderstorms will start to develop, but it's a good idea to have that umbrella at the ready for the next couple of days. It won't be raining the entire time, but if we do get those showers and storms to develop, we could see some heavy downpours in there. Also, maybe some gusty winds at times. Tonight, temperatures falling into the mid-60s, mild, more humid, with showers and storms developing, especially as we get into early Sunday morning. So let's try and time this out on Future Track. Early on Sunday, we could see a line of showers and thunderstorms move through southern Wisconsin. And then during the afternoon and evening hours, a couple more showers and storms are possible. Highs still should make it under variably cloudy skies close to 80 degrees. And then Monday, we see more showers and storms popping up on Future Track. So over the next 7 to 10 days, we are definitely going to see our fair share of rain and storm chances. Now, I do think, and I was able to get this in the forecast, a completely dry day is possible. It's on Wednesday, and we've had rain every Wednesday this month. Hopefully that trend does not continue, and we do get our one dry Wednesday of June, but temperatures will be increasing through the 80s. Humidity will be increasing through the 80s. So by next weekend, could feel like the low to mid 90s across southern Wisconsin.
Just that one Wednesday.
Yes.
That one
All you
Wednesday,
need is
no
one.
rain.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
There's a new leader of the American Family Insurance Championship. That story is coming up in sports. And tonight on Fox, there are backlogs at crime labs nationwide, causing many to wait months for justice. What Wisconsin is doing with their backlog issues, first on Fox at 9.
first, the news for tomorrow. With weather moving in tomorrow afternoon, tee times for the final round of the American Family Insurance Championship have been moved up. They'll start at 7:15 with the leaders teeing off the first hole at 9:15 tomorrow morning. Shuttles from off-site parking will begin at 6:30 tomorrow morning, with the front entrance at University Ridge open at 7. Now the story of today's second round. Perhaps the shot of the day is from former PGA champion Shawn McKeel. His second on the par 4 15th hole, he turns a possible bogey into an unlikely eagle as he holds his second shot. First round leader Jerry Kelly just couldn't get things going like he did yesterday. This one, he does hit close for one of his 3 birdies on the day, but it's a 2 under par 70 today. Still in good shape, though. He's tied for 5th place. Tournament host Steve Stricker right there after 2 rounds. How about this one? His third shot on the par 5 16th hole, he chips it in for eagle. Second straight 67. He's very much in contention tomorrow. And the leader is a left-hander, Steve Flesch. Talk about a big finish, 31 in the back, including birdies on each of his last 3 holes. So Steve Flesch leads the American Family Insurance Championship going into the final round tomorrow.
2 good rounds, and it's nice because I haven't particularly played well here in the two previous showings, so nice to play well this year. I'm in position to try to win this tomorrow, and that's a good feeling. And there's a lot of guys bunched up there, though, so I imagine somebody's going to come out of that pack with a good round, shoot a good round tomorrow, and that means that's what I'm going to have to do if I want to have a chance to win.
I mean, I'm going to be chomping at the bit. There's no doubt about it. You know, one of these times it's going to happen, and, you know, will it be here in Wisconsin? That'd be awesome.
So Flesch leads at 11 under, but he's got a lot of company in close pursuit. Stricker's at 10 under, Kelly's at 9 under. John Daly's not out of it either. He shot 69 today to finish 7 under. He's tied for 9th. Again, the tee times moved up for tomorrow. The leaders go off at 9:15 tomorrow morning in the final round. Well, the celebrity foursome of Jack Nicklaus, Brett Favre, Toby Keith, and Andy North drew huge crowds, as you'd expect. Favre is always a big draw, but to have what many feel is the best player in the history of golf, well, that's really something. Jack Nicklaus held court with the media this morning before his round and after his news conference, stuck around to continue chatting with reporters. As far as Nicklaus' golf game at age 79, well, he says he hasn't kept score for a full round of golf since 2005.
Actually, I enjoy it because it's, as I say, I don't have to keep score. I don't have to have a score. I can hit the ball. We can laugh and giggle a little bit. Just be part of what's going on. I still like to hit a decent golf shot if I can hit it, but I don't. I throw my 85 mile an hour club head speed now the ball just goes.
What's it like to play with someone like Jack Nicklaus?
The only way I can describe it is being a priest and serving mass with the Pope.
Well, that celebrity foursome put on quite a show, and of course there were plenty of red solo cups around this afternoon. Seems like Brett Favre hits some long putts every year. This year, no exception. Favre hits a couple of long ones. He teams up with Nicklaus against Andy North and Toby Keith. And speaking of Toby Keith, man, he can roll it too. How about this long birdie putt for his team? They sure were matched up well. Both teams, well, they tied in the celebrity foursome at the American Family Insurance Championship. And oh yeah, Brett Favre, remember last week when a tweet suggested he was coming back to play in the NFL next season? Then moments later that tweet was taken down. Well, as we figured, someone hacked Favre's account and made it all up. Favre confirmed it wasn't him doing the tweeting.
Somebody obviously doesn't have a lot to do. But yeah, the last thing I want to do is stir the pot. That's the last thing I want to do is come back and play. No offense, but it was fun then. So I'm not coming back.
Whew. The Brewers have been a bit of a mess lately. 5-game losing streak heading into their game with the Cincinnati Reds at Miller Park this afternoon. Maybe things are starting to turn the Brewers' way a bit. Ground ball to short. Luis Suarez, really good shortstop, but not this time. He boots it, then he throws it high. That allows 2 runs to score. Brewers turn a 3-0 deficit into a lead. Then Josh Hader comes in for a 2-inning save. The Reds can't touch him. Final, Brewers win 6-5 to end their 5-game losing streak. Now, the Cubs haven't exactly taken advantage of the Brewers' woes last week. At Wrigley Field this afternoon, another loss to the Mets. Todd Frazier gets one up in the win, hits a 2-run homer off Jose Quintana. Mets beat the Cubs 10-2. Dave Caulfield's over here going, hoop-de-doo.
I know.
He's one of the few Mets fans in the city.
Yeah, you got to celebrate.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
You got to celebrate the one time a year they
I hear
win.
they have an
So.
82-year-old pitching coach now. Is that
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. I was second. I was second on that on that job application list. But yeah. So as far as weather goes, we do have a few showers out and about this evening, but really nothing to get too concerned over. Maybe have that umbrella close just for the next couple of hours. But I really think the shower and thunderstorm chances increase into tonight. Mild and more humid weather visits us tomorrow. Will be near 80 for Sunday and Monday. Hopefully we can get the golf in tomorrow with no major problems, but there is a chance for some showers and thunderstorms both on Sunday and for Monday. We should be dry though by the time we get to Wednesday with temperatures in the mid-80s.
That one day,
Yeah,
that
one
Wednesday.
day.
Enjoy it.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.